Do we think this is going to have done anything? Because I really don't. I got myself some bangs cut and I don't even know how to style them. Wow, she really said 90s mullet. As requested, we've got a makeup video. So one of you guys commented asking for an everyday makeup video, but if you saw my previous vlog, you'll know that I actually picked up a few little makeup products, so I really want to try them out today. It's kind of going to be a first impressions, kind of going to be me using my favourite makeup. As always, if you do like this video, make sure you smash the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more, and let's jump straight into today's video. I haven't done one of these little makeup videos in so long, so I'm really excited to get back into it because your girl loves chatting. And your girl loves chatting get ready with me. So I'm actually going to start off with a little bit of skincare. So I'm going to use the LMS Rehydrating Ginseng Toner. Haven't used this yet, so this is going to be basically a first impressions. Got this in my Look Fantastic beauty box, and you can use the code LFSARIAN. That's going to get you either 20 or 25% off. I really need to get my shit together and find out how much it is for a discount. But yeah, I'm going to use this first. I'm not going to use a cotton round or anything, so I feel like that always soaks up. Oh! A lot of products. I'm literally just going to get some of this on my fingers and just massage it into my skin. It smells like a spa. I think the best way to do this is probably just pat this into my skin. It feels really refreshing, like really cooling on the skin. Skincare is really important when it comes to makeup, just because the base that you've got first really matters, because it's going to indicate how your makeup is going to sit on top. This hair, it's not on my side today. I'm just going to smooth it down with the toner. I'm next going to go in with some moisturiser. This is a day cream from Give Me Cosmetics. It's with niacinamide and retinol. I want to say this is like a gel consistency. You can kind of see like the consistency that is. It's really nice on the skin. It's really hydrating as well. Always remembering to bring this moisturiser underneath your eyes and also on your neck. It's just going to help with any like additional makeup you put there, and especially concealer that we're going to put underneath our eyes. My two favourite primers in my collection is the e.l.f. Mattifying, this is their Putty primer, and then I've also got the Beauty Crop Vitamin Babe Brightening Primer. This is good for oily skin if you don't want to be matte throughout the day, if you want a bit of a glow, and this is also really good for oily skin if you want to like fill your pores in and then sort of help minimise the shine throughout the day. But if you do have dry skin, because I know my girls out there will possibly have dry skin, I've got the exact primer for you. This is the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. It says it gives an ultimate dewy finish, and honestly it really does. Anybody with dry skin out there, I think you're really going to love this. Makeup just sits so beautifully on top, but it's also really hydrating on the skin, so if you've got dry skin, I'd definitely recommend this. I think for today's primer, no, I'm not going to use e.l.f. I'm going to try this one, which is from the Beauty Crop. I don't want something completely matte just because I'm going to go in with a matte foundation, so I don't want my skin to be like super dry. So I'm just going to take literally one pump of this. You really don't need a lot. I know it's a small like tube, but it'll last you a while. I like to focus this more in the T-zone and then spread it underneath my eyes, and then anything that's left over I'll just spread onto the perimeter of my face as well. I love this because it smells like oranges and it's got a little bit of a tacky finish to it as well. I've got a few foundations to show you. So one's for like my everyday. If I'm going to work or something, then I will just literally use one of these two. So this one is the L'Oreal True Match. Don't judge, because she's a little bit crusty on the lid. This is a beautiful foundation, so it's got a really nice glow to the skin. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, so anyone that maybe struggles with like the foundation looking cakey or heavy, I'd really recommend this one. Or we do also have the e.l.f. Halo Liquid Glow Filter. Now this one isn't necessarily a foundation, it's more of like a skin tint, but again it gives that really nice healthy glow. Maybe you're going on holiday or something and you just want something that's going to be a little bit lightweight, or again going to work. This is perfect for that. Any of my oily girls out there, or even dry skin girls, because you could just wear like a dewy primer underneath. I've got the HMB Cosmetics Luminous Soft Focus Airbrush Foundation. I use her concealer religiously. This foundation is no joke. Really nice on oily skin when you've got a mattifying primer underneath, and it's going to be really nice on dry skin, especially in conjunction with the Revolution primer I showed you earlier. The coverage is unreal on this. The other two are more like a natural. The L'Oreal you can definitely build up to full coverage, but this one, I feel like you only need one layer and you're good to go. So yeah, these are sort of like my go-to everyday products. But your girl did nip into flannels yesterday, so I've got a new foundation I really want to try. I got one from Nars and it's their soft matte foundation, I believe. They didn't have the exact shade that I wanted, so obviously I did test this on my hand and it is a little bit more on the deeper side, but I have been going on sunbeds recently. Not me promoting this, by the way. So I'm hoping I'm going to build up a little bit of a tan so that this matches. If not, we'll just correct it with concealer. So this is the soft matte foundation, the shade Light 3.5 Salzburg, I think that's how you say it. Just a very standard bottle. I feel like this is going to be really good for travelling because it's like a plastic kind of bottle. I feel like the shade match might actually be okay. It might be a little bit warmer. It's a very liquidy. I was going to get the light reflecting one by Nars, but that was even more liquidy than this, and I just thought with my oils it's not going to look good. How many times can I tell you in this video I've got oily skin? Take a shot and you'll be drunk. I'm just going to take about that much maybe on the back of my hand. I like to blend all of my foundations in with my sponge that I can't seem to find anywhere. I'm going to put it on my face first and we'll just pray that the shade matches right. I mean, I think it will be. I do kind of wish that I've got like a shade or two darker, and I know you're probably thinking why on earth would you want a shade or two darker, but like I said before, I've been going on the sunbed, so kind of just want to look a little bit tan and not as Casper. I've got really high hopes for this foundation. Okay, so straight up, it blends incredible. Like, it's really nice. It's not taking me a while to blend it at all, and it really is like a soft matte as well. I can see why they've named it that. I just really hope it holds up throughout the day. The coverage is really nice, and I think I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for the shade match, because this literally looks the exact same. It doesn't dry down too fast either when you put it on your face. It's not like you've got to work fast to blend it in. My camera is making me look like Casper. You wouldn't think I've been going on the sunbeds, would you? This foundation instantly gets a yes from me. I just hope it holds up throughout the day. If it gets a little bit shiny, I'm not really bothered, because I feel like makeup looks better when it's been warm for a few hours, like when it's settled into the skin and everything. But yeah, so far so good. Realistically, for an everyday makeup, I really don't do anything to my brows. Even when I'm going full glam, to be fair, I don't feel like I do anything. I went to the Boohoo event last week and I did soap brows, and the pink honey one is really quick, like when you put the soap through your brows and everything, but filling them in just takes far too long for me because I don't have like a set brow routine. So I like to just go in with the Got To Be brows and edges gel. I know this says it's a brows and edges gel, and I do use it when I'm slicking back my hair, but I feel like this is the reason I have pieces like this. That, and also bleach. I have a love-hate relationship with this. Sometimes it holds my brows up really well, and other times not so much. They just fall straight down. Like, I feel like you can tell already. So I do like 2 coats of this. It's just like a light, natural, kind of fluffy brow. For everyday wear, if I'm going to work again or something, I don't typically wear concealer. I'll normally just bring the foundation up and around my eyes, just because it looks more natural and I can use like minimal powder. But if I'm going out or whatever, then I'll switch between these 2 concealers. So I've got the NYX Born to Glow concealer. This one is a really nice yellow toned affordable concealer. I really like this and it blends out really nice as well. And then my tried and true is the HMB Soft Focus Airbrush concealer. I say this every time I use this concealer. A little bit goes a very long way because it's really full coverage, but it also blends out really nice as well. My only issue with this, I feel like it just gets all over like the rim of the tube. And then a few dots on the chin, nose and forehead. I feel like I should have done a before and after comparison, but I feel like you can already see how much this concealer is already covered underneath my eyes. My all-time favourite cream bronzer is the Primark My Foundation and Contour Stick in the shade Chai. It's like £2.50, it's really affordable, it's really creamy, it blends really nice, there's nothing bad I can say about this. I just think maybe they could do a few more shade ranges. I'm not sure if they do, because I think they've changed the packaging of this. I think it's now silver, but yeah, this is a go-to for me. I'm first going to take a brush to blend this out. This is just from Beauty Bay. It's their all-rounder brush. I've had this for so long. It's like a little bit rusty. You can just see how nice that blended out on my forehead. Honestly, if you don't have it yet, run out and buy it. It's always out of stock for a reason. I actually think it might be blending out a little bit easier on top of that new foundation. No technique for the nose. Literally just put a little bit of bronzer on there just to warm it up, just so it doesn't like disappear into my face. And then whatever's left over, I'm going to drag that just through the crease. Now that we're looking a little bit more 3D, I'm going to go in with some cream blush. These are my favourites at the minute. This one is from Doll Beauty and it's in the shade Dolladay, which is very well loved, if you can't tell. And then the second one I have is the Made by Mitchell Posey Rosey. So this one is more natural, more of an everyday, gives you a bit of a glow to the cheeks, and this one is definitely more of a rosy blush. I actually think I'm going to use this one today and just put a little bit on the back of my hand and then onto my face. Normally I'd just swipe it and then it'd take a little bit longer to blend, but I find putting it on the back of your hand and warming the product up actually really helps. I'm going to use the Made by Mitchell MF4 brush and basically disperse this all over the bristles. This is such a gorgeous pink. Just drown me in Made by Mitchell's blushes. If you've not got one of these yet and you're wondering what the hype is all about, this right here. My hand is literally going to look like a palette after I've finished. I really like to focus this just on like the outer portion of my cheeks, right on the high point, and then I also stamp a little bit of this on the outer corner of my eye. I just feel like it blends a little bit easier that way. And then also a little bit just over the nose. I love blush on the nose. It's kind of like just being on holiday, got a little bit of sunburn, when really I've been sitting in Costa del back garden. Feel like you've applied too much blush, just take your sponge and then whatever foundation is left on there, it's just going to melt it all into your skin. My camera is really washing me out, I'm not entirely sure why, but this is what the skin looks like with all of the cream products on. I feel like they sit together beautifully and I'm really liking this new foundation I've tried out. For powder, I've been obsessed with the H&B Soft Focus Loose powder. I've got mine in the shade Translucent. Mine's literally falling everywhere. If you're looking for another good powder, I'd suggest the Beauty Bakery powder that was in my previous vlog. Laura Mercier is also really good, but also Beauty Crop. They've got a really nice powder in the shade Pink 6. I've actually run out of mine, so I'm using this. But if you do a pink blush as well, I'd recommend getting a pink powder for underneath the eyes. Don't let it scare you. It actually blends in with the blush really nice. I'm just going to take the tiniest amount of this in the lid. And then first going with the brush. So this is the Made by Mitchell MF4. I really like to coat the brush and then constantly tap it off. Just because it disperses it on the brush, you've not just got it in like one place and it's not just going to leave a chunk on your face. And then lightly press underneath my eyes. Powder is also really good at filling in any pores that you might have, so I like to focus mine a little bit just on the cheeks and then also the nose, chin and forehead. Basically following wherever I put that concealer. And then just to make sure my under eyes are really set in place and I'm not going to get oily throughout the day, I'm going to take my Trigwell powder puff and just a tiny bit of that powder. I'm not going to take a lot at all. And then just go back in underneath the eyes. This really does just lock everything into place because you're pushing all of this powder into your skin but on top of those creams. It literally gives you an airbrush finish. Just look at my skin at the minute. My camera just cut out on me because I have no storage, so I had to go and delete some things and I'm just praying I didn't delete any of these clips. I really need to set the rest of my face because I'm going to put some light powder bronzer and powder blush on, and obviously I'm an oily gal, so I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Cheap and cheerful, honestly, this never fails me. I just feel like sometimes you really don't need to go out and spend a lot of money on powders when drugstore will literally do the same job. I don't necessarily like this one underneath my eyes. I feel like it does cake up a little bit because the others are more finely milled, but this for setting the rest of my face does the job, and it's also really cheap. And then I'm also just going to use this big fluffy brush just to dust off any powder that might still be left underneath my eyes. The next bit I'm so excited for. I used to use this every single day when I was like 16. I used to watch all the beauty gurus on YouTube and I used to just love this bronzer so much. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer. Smells like mini eggs. Like, I'm going to say a specific type of chocolate that it smells like, it's going to be mini eggs. I just used to use this religiously and I can't remember why I stopped using it. I think I just ran out one day and then never actually went and bought a new one, so I'm really happy I've got this in my collection again because I know this is going to be an everyday staple. Just going to take a little angled brush, any will do, and I'm just going to swirl that in there and basically coat my brush. And then I like to stamp this on the cheeks. Oh, I love this bronzer. I'm going to be walking around all day smelling like chocolate. I feel like a little bit goes a very long way as well. You really need to just maybe use a light hand with it. Oh my god, I just got some in my mouth and it literally tastes like chocolate as well. Don't eat it. And then also not forgetting the pale ass neck. If I can recommend anything from this video, it's going to be this bronzer. Nobody talks about Too Faced anymore and I don't know why, because the packaging slays, the formula slays, everything about their products. Chef's kiss. I will never have anything bad to say about this bronzer. Next up we've got blush. So this is the Doll Beauty blush in the shade Dolladay. Basically the exact same shade as the cream formula that I showed you earlier, but obviously just in the powder formula. One thing I really like to do is load up my brushes so it coats all of the hairs and then tap it off. I just feel like you get a better application that way. I'm using the MF3 by Made by Mitchell. I'm just going to put this right on the high points of my cheeks. This gives a really nice glow to the skin as well. And a little bit again on the nose. My skin doesn't look powdery, it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, but I do like to go in with a bit of a hydrating mist. This is the Vitamin E Skincare by Superdrug Hydrating Mist. It smells like coconuts. I like to just put a few sprays of this all over my face, and then it melts all of those powders in together. Make sure you do that before any like eyeliner or mascara that you put on, just because you don't want it to run and like ruin the base makeup. For everyday wear, or really for anywhere, I just wear mascara. I really wish, really wish I was an eyelash girl. I don't know how to apply them, I'm just going to be honest with you. They don't look right. I need to wear eyeliner, and recently I can't do eyeliner. It just doesn't suit my eye shape. So I've literally just been going in with mascara only. This is the Maybelline Surreal Mascara. I mean, she's a little battered. Very well loved, as you can tell. I actually have a backup of one of these just because I love the formula and the brush on it so much. So I'm just going to use this for my mascara today. And I like to focus this mainly on the outer corner, give me a bit of a cat eye effect. I do actually have some individual lashes that are from Tatty Lashes, and you get like a bond glue with it and you put it underneath your natural lashes. So I think I'm going to try that tonight when I take my makeup off and see if they wear like lash extensions, because apparently you can wear them for up to a week. So if you want to know what that looks like, make sure you go ahead and follow me on TikTok. I'm hopefully going to put that up tonight. I really don't like wearing mascara on my lower lashes because I've already got quite round eyes, and I feel like if I wear lower lash mascara, my eyes sort of droop that little bit more, whereas just the top makes it look more fresh and awake and a bit more lifted. The last thing we've got left to do now is lips, and I did also pick up a little lip liner from MAC yesterday. It was so nostalgic buying MAC. You know when we all used to watch like the Beauty Gurus, and we all used to buy like MAC Whirl, Saw, there was all those different colours. I decided to pick up Strip Down. So I did test Strip Down and Cork next to each other, and Cork was a lot darker, and I've actually got one that looked quite similar to that. So I thought Strip Down was like the best option. I like orangey browns, if that makes sense, because I feel like it accentuates your lip line, but it also makes them look a lot more plump, and it's kind of like a 90s vibe. Did test this on the back of my hand yesterday, as I just said, but I didn't actually try it on my lips, obviously. I've never actually used Strip Down before. I'm fully convinced there's nothing better than a fresh lip liner. Definitely is giving off like that 90s vibe. I'm just going to blend it in with my finger a little bit, just so the edges aren't so harsh. I normally go in with a lip oil. It's my Jisoo Honey lip oil, but can't find her anywhere. Okay, perfect. Can't find it anywhere. The closest thing I've got is this Eloise Beauty lip oil in the shade Peony. This has got like a soft, very hint of pink inside of it. Nothing better than a glossy nude lip, especially during the summer. Finally at the end of my, I want to say it's not really an everyday makeup routine, it's more like my everyday glam makeup routine. So basically if I'm going to go out somewhere, if I'm going to go for a meal or if I'm going to an event, this is the makeup that I would wear. If I'm going to switch things up into more of an everyday routine, then I would basically skip some of the creams and also skip the concealer underneath my eyes, and obviously the lips as well, especially if I'm just going to go to work. But yeah, this is my everyday glam. Foundation gets an absolute yes from me. I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this. Also the lip liner as well, and the bronzer. We already know how much I love that bronzer. I really enjoy making makeup videos because I get to just sit down and chat with you all, and it's also quite therapeutic for me as well. So if you've got any looks or recommendations that you want me to give a go, then comment down below and you go, we'll try it out. That's everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, if you did, make sure you smash the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!